Can you just acknowledge that when he calls into the business deals that he's involved?
This is
when
not,
he calls into the dinners,
is not about,
you don't think that's involvement?
First of all, this is not about innuendo. It's not about what I believe. It's a question. Do you have evidence? If you had evidence that Joe Biden was linked to Hunter Biden's business deals in a way that is illegal, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You would probably have the votes for an impeachment inquiry, but you don't.
I will say this, Nancy Mace was on The Daily Show talking about how Joe Biden needs to be impeached.
You don't think that's a waste of time with everything else that's going on?
Well, let's go. Corruption is a real problem in this country. And I have seen bank accounts. It is. But I have seen bank accounts of the president's grandchildren with money directly from communist China. That should not be happening in our country, and it should be exposed for every American to see.
And then asked, what do you think about the evidence against Donald Trump?
I haven't seen the evidence yet. I haven't seen it. There will be a trial, and everyone is allowed, again, I do a lot of civil rights work, and everyone is allowed due process under the law, and if they're found guilty, they take responsibility for that. But I haven't seen evidence to show that he's guilty of that.
Which basically means she has shielded her eyes from what this man does to women while she simultaneously says, I am a fighter for women's rights. That woman has had a lot of ups and downs in her life. She should be smarter, but she is so full of shit, it enrages me. Does anybody agree with me? Because I don't want to hear from anyone who doesn't.
I agree with you. But see how much they're willing to overlook.
It's money. They know that their money and their influence and their connections are going to buy them exemption if that proverbial shit does hit the fan.
It's the same with Black Republicans.
Gay Republican?
Yeah.
What the f*** is a gay Republican? What the f*** is wrong with you?
Latino Republicans, same thing.
Anyone with a uterus. Anyone with a uterus, right?
If you're not white, at the end of the day, you're out. I just think the logic that people have is just ridiculous. And so if folks are angry about whatever they think they're angry about, the person that you are making a home for, this former president, is a monster. Have you just lost your mind? Black Republicans, I think, are the same. Folks part of the LGBTQ community who are Republican, something that's happening that is so important to you that you're willing to overlook women having to use their bodies against their will, people not having the right to vote, telling people that they're not human because they're not like you, LGBTQIA, telling people that they shouldn't have social safety networks, telling people that they shouldn't have social security or health. So I think that something else is there that causes a person to say, I am so linked to being a Republican in this party after 2020 that I'm willing to give up all of this and the humanity of others to be one of them.